Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the God of Knicks podcast. I'm your host, Apollo Reed. I'm here with the big bro, Andre Jalil, the co-host. How you doing, fam? How you feeling?
Chilling, how you?
I'm good. I'm good,
Yo,
man.
did you do that joint? That looked like RJ Barrett was behind a building in that one. You did that on purpose, or was it always like that?
Nah, I think I did that on purpose.
That shit look dope. I ain't even peeped that. I was like, I'm looking at it right now, like, oh, it looked like he behind a building, like
You know what
who
I'm
in this building?
saying? Like who in this building? He
Like,
stepped
yeah,
down, you know what I'm saying? And he did his thing. Nah, but
yeah, that look dope.
RJ Barrett, speaking, you can start right there. Let's start right
Your
there.
boy went off. What was his name? Show me those stats. Your boy was
Let's,
going
let's,
off. He looked like he wanted to win that one.
Yeah, for those who don't know, RJ Barrett is like his childhood idol was LeBron James, as many people his age. So it was, of course, he wanted to go off versus LeBron. You know what I mean? Like that's something that he definitely wanted to do from day one. So, I don't think he really. I think the last time we played LeBron, maybe I think he did play, or maybe LeBron didn't play. I don't know. It was something like that. But RJ Barrett last night because this is Sunday. Last night he had 36 points on 13 to 28 shooting, 4 for 10 from the 3 point line, and 6 for 9 from the free throw line. He also had 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, 3 turnovers. There was a -2 on plus minus. RJ Barrett was really especially the first. I think in the first quarter, I think he might have had
Yo, he
17
played
points.
49. He played 49 minutes.
I mean, well, it was an overtime game, overtime
Right,
game.
right.
So
I'm like, yo, what?
yeah,
That's right.
overtime
So
game. But RJ Barrett was really the only one that had it going early. He was going crazy. He was going crazy. I mean, Evan Fournier had hit a few shots early as well, but I think RJ Barrett had 17 early first quarter points. I think he might have ended up with 21 in the first half or something like that. Um, and then I think then Julius started scoring. He started doing his thing. Um, I think, and we kind of have this issue. I don't want to say that RJ Barrett is better than Julius Randle when I say this. But what I'm saying is, if you look at a guy like John Morant, if you look at a lot of these other young guys in the league who has their own team, they don't have another guy that they have to give the ball to in any given situation. You know what I mean? So I feel like RJ Barrett could have probably had a lot more points than last night if you look at it that way. I think and there's nothing wrong with having someone else who's also a star who shoots as many points as you, but I feel like at a certain point they kind of stopped looking at him, especially Fournier. Julius Randle, I'm not too upset at when he doesn't, especially playing against the Lakers. um I kind of expected Julius Randle to do what he did.
Julius was playing this like this was his game.
Yeah, I mean, I completely expected him. He always does like plays like this versus the Lakers. So I'm not mad at Julius and how he handled it versus the Lakers. And a lot of people were pointing out, oh, he iced out RJ. I don't want to say he iced out RJ. The defense did a little bit of adjusting to RJ a little bit. But I do feel like Evan Fournier was taking a lot of shots and just doing things that he probably shouldn't have been doing in certain
Hold on,
situations.
3 points made, 3 points of 10, 3 for 10 from 30%.
We talking about Evan?
Evan, yeah, he was 3 for 10 from three.
Well, it's
5
it's
and
less
14.
about the attempts. I don't really care about the percentage because sometimes you just miss shots. Like they could have been all 10 good shots. He just missed 7 of them, but they weren't all good shots. You know what I mean? A lot of times that he just decision making, and like even when he threw the ball, like when he tipped the ball in from that the tip ball from when he did the
Yeah,
tip, and he tipped the ball into their court, into their side of the court, without even like looking to see who was behind them. You might as well just let it go out of bounds. Why would you tip it to their side? Like that's where
right.
they score. Like, and then who catches it? LeBron. You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? It's just boneheaded plays sometimes, and I feel like there's a lot of those times that Evan took a lot of crazy shots or just had the ball in his. There's certain times he just shouldn't be dribbling the ball. Like, what are you doing? Like, give the ball up. Like, if to me, the only two people that in any given situation, especially last night, the way RJ was playing, that you should be looking at as RJ and Julius. But Evan, he came out there and he was just doing his thing where he just wanted to assert himself as well, which is fine. But I think he forced a lot of shots. But what'd you see from RJ? I did a lot of talking.
I saw RJ. RJ was going. You know what I always liked about
You
RJ.
sound, you
What I
sound a
saw
little
he.
bit. You sound a little low. Sound a little low.
I'm a little low.
Yeah, yeah,
Let
yeah.
me see.
Oh,
Wow, then. You hear that?
oh,
You hear that?
wow.
That's better.
That's better. Like
Wow, I had that joint
I,
covered. I don't even know why
I
I had
like
it
it a
covered.
lot.
Yeah. So one of the things that I like about it's funny we play LeBron because one of the things I see in like RJ's game is how how like they would give it to LeBron late. He just goes to the basket and he's gonna score or draw a foul. And
Mm-hmm.
I like when RJ does that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sometimes he
Mm-hmm.
misses a lot when he does these things, but last night looked like he was on a mission. But I like to see that. Like the way Julius was playing, it was I hate these games where
Yeah.
the dude playing like he want to win, and
I
then
already know.
you realize how he's not playing the other games.
Yeah, and he only does it when he wants to. It's not
Right. It's
really
like
like
you
he's.
turn it on.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah,
like, listen, Paul, like, what you doing?
yeah.
So,
It's
and it was
crazy.
like good to see, but and they even mentioned it. RBL basketball, what it looked like.
Yeah.
And one of the things that somebody they said it. I forgot who was calling it because it was on what was it? It was on ABC or one of these
I
uh,
think it was on.
ESPN or something.
I forgot what it was.
It was
I
on one of
watched
these
it.
joints.
It
I
was
know it
one of
wasn't on
the
MSG. That's why I
nationally
couldn't go back and
yes,
watch it.
nationally televised games. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it was one of those joints. I think it was NBC or whatever. And
Right.
I'm looking at it and I'm like, yo, as like, I forgot this dude could play like this, like all inspired basketball and all of that.
Right. Yeah.
And RJ Barrett, not so much. He didn't do anything to the point where I was like, yo, why don't he play like that every day? But he was, you could see it meant something to him.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think that's the one that it was on ABC.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the things that I want to see from, when they talk about Westbrook and they say, hey, he brings it out every night. You look somebody like Iverson and like he brings it every night. That's how I want to feel about RJ because I feel like RJ is a talented dude. He could get like 30 something points a night if he goes. And I don't know how realistic it is. A motherfucker ain't gonna be scoring 30, 40 every single night. Some dudes do.
Listen, the way RJ's been playing this year, if he was in, and this is what I was saying, if he was in a situation of John Morant or any first option player, RJ would clearly average above 25 points a game.
And
Just
like you said,
in
they
my
freezing
opinion.
them out, and it was just like, yo, like you said. I think
You
you
feed
said
the
that in the
hot
text.
hand at least.
Like, why they not feeding the hot hand? I don't understand. Like, and RJ Barrett sometimes you could take it and leave it with him. With as far as I'm concerned, like the way he plays some games.
Right.
But on a night like last night, like yo, give him the rock.
Yeah, you gotta keep feeding the hot hand. And there's sometimes where Evan's the guy with the hot hand. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta feed Evan. But I think last night you can tell from tip off RJ was on another level mentally. And you just gotta feed through him. And then you lose the 20-point lead on top of that. You know what I mean? You got the 20-point lead, you lose it, and then the timeouts, like and Toxic talks about it. Let's start with the Alec Burks being dumb in a bag of hammers. And then he also says also Tibbs being an idiot calling timeouts while our lead is dwindling and sending out the same five. Yeah, I mean, change like I don't know. There's no one thing, and that's the thing. You just said it right there. You just named a few things. And my bad, Raul. 21-point lead, 21-point lead. But you named a few things. That is the issue, and that's kind of been the problem this year with us. Is that it's not just Julius Randle hasn't been playing like he was last year. It's not just the coach can't adjust to certain situations. It's not just Derrick Rose is out. It's all of those things combined, and then chemistry, and then Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier really not really playing up to what we really expect them to play up to. Every now and then Fournier does it. I'm actually okay with Fournier. I just don't want him starting. That's just my opinion. I'm okay with Fournier. I don't like him. I mean, I don't like him in the starting
You don't
lineup.
dislike him.
I don't dislike him, but I don't like him in the starting lineup. I think I think eventually, once these guys get some chemistry after going through the season, you figuring out some minutes for these guys and an off season working with each other. I think your starting lineup should be whatever your point guard is going to be, which is a question mark at this point because I don't think Emmanuel Quickly is that right now. I think he will be if you end up trading Kemba Walker. He'll be your starter, and you still bring Derrick Rose off the bench. I
Right.
think that's where that works, but it's very scary to me for Emmanuel Quickly because I don't know. There's a lot that this team is just really going through that I don't know. It's just not really gonna work. And bro, I don't. Let's just talk about Noel with his ping pong paddle hands. It's like and let's stop right there. I'm watching the game with my wife last night, and I said, babe, every single night he does this. It's like clockwork. He's gonna
He gonna
poke the
fumble the
ball.
pass.
And it's funny because I said something like super pause worthy last show, and Joe, regular Joe, shout out to Joe. He shouted me out and did me dirty in the frozen envelope, and he was like, the only thing he's good at is he's only good at poking things, and I was like, yo, where you gonna do me like that? And I was like, no context, no nothing. He just put the quotation marks and then tagged me in it and put it on the drink. And I said, yo, you ain't gonna put no context or nothing.
The
You gonna say
context
you're
is just
talking
gonna
about,
be good at poking things.
yeah, but he's only good at poking stuff. And then he was like, and then he started laughing. But I was talking about Nerlens Noel. It's like a block, you could do that. Um, Getting the hand in there on defense and knocking the ball out, getting steals. He's great at that kind of stuff. But catching the ball, anything that involves putting two hands together and bringing the ball to himself, he's terrible at. I just don't understand how he's
I
been.
don't get it, bro.
You
I think
can't
he
throw
needs.
an alley oop to the guy. You really can't throw an alley to him. How? When did he become this? Was he always this bad at
I
catching
don't
alley
know,
oops?
babe. I always say that like when the dude get on your team, you start noticing everything because you're
Yeah.
seeing him every night, and you like, yo, was he like this?
And like Joe says, every single time we bring up Nerlens Noel, he says I hated it from the time we signed him. We re-signed him. He said he did great for us last year. Sayonara. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't pay him $10 million.
Let me ask you this, man, because this is starting to bother me. Because
Mhm.
Mitchell's starting to look like the potential, the Mitchell that we liked when he 1st got here, right? So he's blocking shots. John Morant tried to dunk on him the other night, and he was up there like, nah.
He said, "Nah, don't do that."
He was like, nah, he ain't. And when he was on the floor, he does that thing. He almost
He
looked like
does
he
it.
go crazy. He always go like this, like, no.
Yeah.
He looked like one of
And
them.
sometimes you don't know if he's talking about the ref or he's talking about the
Yeah,
person.
he
Like,
just
don't
like,
try that.
no. It looked like he going crazy over there. No, his little mini afro, right? So then and he's starting to look good. So I look at the joint today, it popped up on the phone saying Detroit really trying to pay him with what's the young kid over there that just got drafted?
Oh, Kate Cunningham.
Kay Cunningham. They trying to get him and I'm
You
like,
see, but this is what happens now. Like
right.
Tune, like my bad, real quick.
So
Tune texted me earlier,
uh
and he was like, "Yo, the Cavs out there making moves while we sitting here not doing nothing."
you don't know we ain't doing nothing.
And that's one. Number two, we already made a trade
Right.
before a lot of people. But not only that, shout out to him by the way. But like I was telling him, I said good teams can make trades whenever they want because you have valuable players in your team. When you're playing the way the Knicks are playing, who's gonna just yo, can I get that player? You're on the bad team. Why do I think that player is gonna help me in the bad team? So now that you're seeing Mitch turn everything around, now teams are interested in Mitch. That's what happens.
So as it relates to Nerlens,
Right.
I would die if the Knicks decided to move Mitch and we keep Nerlens.
Nah, bro. Nah, that can't happen. That cannot happen.
Dude, I
hope they see that because first of all, he can't even play. He's played like
he don't never play no games.
He's played like 18 games this year.
Yo, dude, I'd be irate. They did something like that right there. I'd be like, yo, what y'all doing? Like, I quit this year. That's it.
Yeah,
I was like, yo, Cap, no more podcast. I don't even want to talk about it.
and I'm gonna get to another part about what we should do for the rest of the season, by the way. But I'm gonna finish this comment up.
Yeah, more black
Um,
folk.
Dre is absolutely right, Julius. Right with Julius. That's why we got to get him and the rest of them bums out of here and let RJ rock and grow with the young boys. Somewhere along the lines of that, you know what I'm saying? I think if you did it, I don't know what you can do, man. Like it's so hard right now. It's so hard, guys, to trade Julius Randle. It's really hard because you just re-signed him to 100 mil for
It's
four. I
not a
think
bad
it's
contract, bro.
it's not a bad contract, but it looks bad on you that
No, it don't.
months after re-signing this guy
No, it
that
doesn't.
you're
I think
trading.
the whole NBA see what this dude do. I mean,
Ye- Facts.
everybody's seeing what's going
Facts.
on and why it don't work. If I'm another team, I think it's a great move for another team that doesn't need him to be a number one or two.
Right.
Maybe a two, definitely a three. As the go-to. He's not my go-to guy.
Who, Julius?
Yeah. Like if I'm on a squad and I need a power forward, but he's not the number
I
one
mean,
guy.
a power forward should never be a go-to unless you're like, let's like name those power forward like Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, well, that's why he's not a number one. Those were you just named number
right,
ones.
right, and that's what I'm saying. Like, a power forward usually shouldn't be your go-to player unless he is a true number one.
Right. Unless he's like a real, but
Dirk.
at that position, that's hard to be the number one guy. Number one,
I
that's really
mean,
kind of Dirk. Who was I just about to say? Well, who we got out there now? Because like you got somebody like say Aldridge, right? He's not the number one, but he's dope. He has a good game. Is great. When he doesn't, it's like all right, he ain't the number one guy. Don't land on him.
a healthy Zion is a number one.
Right.
First of all,
Well, I don't know yet. He still hasn't played enough games for me to.
bro,
He's strong than motherfucker. He jumped. He's crazy. Yeah,
the
I
man
hate.
put the numbers that he's putting up, that he put up at that time.
I'm about to
I
say,
think
nigga, playing.
27 points per game on like 60 something, 70 some percent. Like, are you kidding me? Like, this is ridiculous.
What
Like,
if
and
they did that? What if
this
they
is
did that?
this is why I think I don't know. I don't want to go there. Let's just finish out this game. Jesus, can't even talk about this game. All right, so just finish it out.
Yo,
Julius
Kemba
Randle,
Walker has 7 points, bro. What's up with this dude?
Kemba Walker. All right, so Kemba Walker, 7 points, 3 for 7 from the field. Now he only took 7 shots. He made 3. That's not terrible.
Right.
He's 1 for 4 from 3-point line.
I feel like because they was going so hard that he ain't really have room there in that game.
This is the problem. Kemba has no more burst toward the
Can't get past
basket.
nobody.
This is why he doesn't get to the foul line. He has 0 free throw attempts. And he doesn't always get 0 free throw attempts, but he doesn't always get a lot of free throw attempts anymore because he's not really, unless he's drawing a foul, he's not picking up fouls. Unless he's drawing a charge. I'm sorry. Unless he's drawing a charge, he's not really drawing any fouls. You know what I'm saying? Because he's not fast enough to put himself in situations that makes the defense and puts the defense in a bad situation.
Josh, tell me where I've been. I'm sorry. Where have I been where Emmanuel quickly got 4 minutes and 51 seconds?
See, this is the only thing about recording the day after. I don't remember exactly how things played out, but
There was like zeros all across the stat line.
I think he's probably, and this is exactly what I'm saying about Emmanuel quickly. Quentin Grimes was 0 for 5. 0 for 5. You know what I'm saying? But he's still gonna bring you defense. He got grab you 4 rebounds. You know what I'm saying? Like, quickly took 1 shot yesterday in 4 minutes and 51 seconds. I don't know what happened. Maybe there was an injury. Somebody remind me. I don't remember exactly what happened, but I don't know why quickly didn't play that many minutes. Maybe it was a matchup thing. Tibbs didn't really like. Maybe I don't have an answer for you. I really don't have an answer. I don't.
But
remember.
is this trending? Is this like what was happening?
This is not a trend. This is not a trend. This is why I was kind of confused because it's not a trend. But Emmanuel quickly hasn't been proven to me that he's a starting point guard just yet either.
But this is that. Now this is my thing. We were talking about this earlier. And everybody was like, "Yo, have Emmanuel quickly start," and I don't think that's the answer either because
People
he's
want
not.
Emmanuel quickly to start because they believe that if you get the opportunity to start, you will be good. That doesn't work for everybody. And like that works for a guy like Grimes because that's he's going to be playing in his role. I think when you trying to start quickly at the point guard position, you're taking him away from what he does naturally. I think he should be an off like the bench scorer or even a starting two guard. Like, give me a CJ McCollum out of you. You know what I'm saying? Because I think making him a point guard, you limit him from his potential of what he can actually be as an NBA player. I don't think he because of his height, yeah, he should be a point guard. He's only 6'3", but that doesn't really mean anything. You know what I'm saying? He has very long arms for someone at that height, um, which is amazing because because of how he shoots so well. But I just think that he would be better suited, in my opinion, as a combo guard because this way I think that's an easier path to him being a starter in this league. Is him being a combo guard come off the bench as or combo guard two because the only way you probably would see him start at the point guard position is if he's running next to somebody like RJ coming up or someone like LeBron who you have like a point forward like a Ben Simmons. Then you have your point guard. Like the reason why Seth Curry can start on the Sixers is because of guess at that time, having Ben Simmons around, it made it easier to have that guy that can shoot off ball. You know what I'm saying? And I think quickly can fill that role as a starter if you have someone who's an off ball handler. But if you're putting him as the primary ball handler, I don't think that works.
Right.
That's just my opinion.
Yeah, it's not working with Quick. I think they probably looking at people right now, and I don't want it to be that way.
Same here.
But I think the kid's got some maturing to do as far as the game is concerned.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? It looked like Obi wasn't out there doing a whole lot, and like I like these two cats. I think they got a lot of potential. I do, however, think Obi will shine if we did end up moving Julius, and we still have Obi. I think Obi would shine. I think that he'd have to fill that position.
Tell me what shine is.
So Obi is a completely different player from Julius. He's not as strong, but he's more athletic. He's got hops. You know what I'm saying? And I think he's overconfident with his shot. I hate to see a power forward running down the court and then stopping for the three. You know what I mean? And yeah. I think that messes up his shooting percentage. Like he does these things where he's ahead, and there may be a dude down there to defend. Yo, take that dude head off and dunk on him. Don't stop up there at the shoulder for a three. Like, what you doing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and I think, and he's missing a lot of threes. I don't see him landing a lot of threes.
He's been making them more recently.
Has he? So, sometimes like he knocked down these threes, and like it's dope when you're doing it, but sometimes. But
this is still not consistent. He's still in the 20s.
Yeah, he's not consistent with it. So I think Obi will play that role because the ball would move better. He's not going to hog up the ball. You don't have to worry about him. You're not going to ISO for him to score. And that's and I love the way he slashes.
Right.
I love the way he cuts.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I think that's helpful. So when somebody's in the jam and they see you cutting, anybody could be nice with the pass. All you got to do is just give it to him, toss it up. Get it to his chest, nice bounce pass, and he'd be all right. So I think he'd have an opportunity to shine because he'd have more minutes. And he'd be able to get in the game. And watching him last night, I was looking at Julius like I'd hate to lose him, but then he had these moments where he self-destructs.
I just wish he was. Oh my God, how can I say this? You know how AD and LeBron look together? How they have to be there, like they have to play. There's a clear chemistry between them. You know what I mean? Like you see them on the bench and they're talking, and then like you see it yesterday. LeBron goes over to AD, he says something to him while he's standing up, while AD's on the bench, and he's looking up and he's like, "All right, I bet." You know what I'm saying? And it's just like
AD said that.
Yeah, AD's like, "I bet," and it's just constant communication. You can see that, and that's what a leader does. A leader makes sure that there's communication. Julius is not that guy. Julius can be your best player. He doesn't have the leading qualities and traits of someone who can lead your team, not just through action. Not you not I don't really know many people who've won a championship and they just led through action. You know what I mean? It doesn't happen. There's many great players that are quiet guys, but no one's ever led just through action and didn't have communication with guys. Like as quiet as Tim Duncan was, he communicated with his teammates all the time. You know what I mean? You can never say that Tim Duncan didn't communicate with his teammates. But there's just so many times I'm watching Julius Randle's behavior on the court, and it just screams like, bro, like what's wrong? What's wrong? Like that, yo, that's literally the only question that will come to my head when I will see him. Like, yo, what's wrong?
Right.
Like it's something deep. It's something deeper than just basketball. Like, what's wrong, man? Like,
right.
Like, come on. You need
yo,
come talk to me.
Yo, come here for a second. What's wrong?
What's wrong, baby?
See something bothering you, my nigga. What's happening? No, real talk. I'm here. It's me.
It's me.
It's me, nigga. What's the matter?
What's up? But it's and that's it's I don't know what has to happen for him to become that kind of player. But if you're not that guy, you're just not that guy. You know what I'm saying? Like this, there's just certain leadership, like John Morant. You see how he's active with his teammates, how he talks, and even RJ. You see RJ talking with guys. He goes up to guys and he daps them up. He's picking guys up. You know what I'm saying? And like we talked about the play where Obi went up and then he fell, and then Julius looks down at him, and then everybody else rushes over to Obi to pick him up. And it's just like little things like that are on camera. And this is what I had spoken about with Joe and Rick on one of the shows, is like, yo, like there was a time where there was a play where RJ Barrett took a shot. I forgot what game this was. RJ Barrett took a shot. It was a 3. He made it. But in the process of him taking it, Julius Randle was like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like you see him on the court, like, yo, well, come on, like while he's about to take the shot. And then he takes it and he makes it. And then he go down the court. Now he makes it, no big deal. You don't think anybody else is gonna pick that up? You see, RJ Barrett is vocal about how much film he watches. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't think you're gonna watch that on film and catch all of these different situations where his body movement is just off, and then you pick that up, and then you're not gonna internalize that at all? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how people expect, and people are like, y'all blowing it out of proportion. No, we're not, yo. This is clearly a chemistry issue. There's been plays with Julius Randle sitting at the last bench in the corner, and guys are standing around. There might have not been an actual huddle at that time, but where are your teammates?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're a leader. You don't lead from the end.
But that's my biggest thing right there. When it comes to him being like, I don't mind Julius being like on the team, but like I don't like him as the number 1.
Right.
Because if you're the leader and you we got a young team pretty much.
Yeah.
So like dudes is looking up to like how you handling it, because you know how like it is. You got like, say like you my brother, right? Yeah. You at the job and you all angry, and I'm like, yo, Josh, chill.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Or like if it's me, I'm the older brother, and you're like, yo, Dre, you bugging right now, chill.
Right.
And then you start to be like, here he go, getting mad, whatever the case. And it's like something that happens, like I ain't gonna fuck with him right now while he mad. Like I'm gonna let him chill because you know how he get. So like RJ Barrett could be seeing this, Obi Toppin is seeing this, Quickly is seeing this. You know what I mean? Like, but like a lot of people like Burks, like they gonna mind their business, do what they do. But I don't like him as the number 1. You know what I mean? What's your man over here said? Toxic Knicks fan said that we should at least try. And did Quickly ever get a start? Did he get a start because of the injuries before Kemba?
Yeah,
before Kemba.
Yeah,
he got a couple starts and it ain't really
Rose
good.
was out, and Burks actually. I think
Burks was starting. That I don't understand.
That's why we gotta get Burks.
That I don't understand.
And I like Burks.
That right there.
And I like Burks, but it's time. It's time.
I get it, but he's not a point guard.
It's not a point guard guy. Like I don't get it.
Like that, and like to me, that's a slap in the face to Quickly, because now it's like, damn, like you gave this old combo guard, if you even call him that.
But
Y'all was playing him as a small forward a couple weeks ago. Now
This
you
is
got him
not the
starting
first
at
time
point
he's
guard.
done that. He's done the same. He did the same thing to Kevin Knox at a crucial time where Kevin Knox was just coming off of playing a good season as a rookie, and then he could have been, you know what I mean, the guy. And then I think was it Tom? No, I think it was Fizdale. I think it might have been Fizdale and Mike Miller. I think it was that season. But similar situation. Knox, the guy who was supposed to be the upcoming guy at that position, and they bring in Mook. Why? Why do you do that? You know what I'm saying? What do you expect is going to happen to this guy's confidence? You know what I mean? Somebody you expected from year one. You had some promising things. And this is the thing. Knox didn't really turn out to be much, but there were some promising things there that I think if he would have had
He got a
consistent
little more time. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
and
He can
time,
show
not only
himself.
just time, but just trust. Like sometimes you have to feel that if you make a mistake, you'll still be trusted in order for you to really properly develop. There's so many times when Knox makes a mistake and he gets pulled right away. That's why I'm concerned about Obi. Obi makes a mistake, he's pulled right away. He doesn't have the confidence to make a mistake anymore. You know what I mean?
That's what I
Unfortunate.
want. I want OB to be, and I say this all the time. I want these dudes to be crazy.
Mhm.
I want them to be angry on the court. You know what I'm saying? I just want them to have that thing, that trait where it's like, y'all don't care, fuck, I'm going after it. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like Obi is nice right now. Obi's still being nice. He's being good. I feel like Quickly is being nice. He's being good. Quickly shooting too much. That's all. That's all I
Yeah.
see. I
Yeah.
feel like he's another one that don't go to the basket, man. I'll be like, I don't care. You can shoot, but go to the basket.
Right.
Don't be
And this
doing no
is
like when it's a fast break, go to the basket, please. That's all I'm asking.
right. And this is what he says. This is what I don't understand. The IQ as a starter won't work. It's not working right now. Why not try it? And if it doesn't work, then stop. The reluctance to even try is baffling. My problem is I don't think he is a problem as a starter. It's the starting at the point guard. It's just a situation where he's not being his natural self. You know what I mean? Like I think in order for you to have someone to properly develop and develop into many things, they have to be good at what they do first. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't just become like when LeBron came in, everybody said he couldn't shoot. Did he focus on his jump shot right away? No. You know what I mean? It took him a few years to get a jump shot,
Right.
but he mastered everything else first. But he had the opportunity to do so. You know what I mean? And I think by putting Quickly at that position, you're not allowing him to develop where he's good. You know what I'm saying? Now you're putting him in a position where he has to run an offense. That's not what he did in college.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, he did that in high school, but of course, everybody in the league who's a guard
In high school.
was the best player in their high school team. You know
Right.
what I mean? Let's be real. So on a collegiate and pro level, it's a completely different beast. If that's what you can turn into, yeah, let him become that after he has a defined game so that when he's not playing up to what you want him to be as a point guard, he has something he can revert to. Right now, he's not knowing what to revert to because he hasn't had a chance to be one player yet. And I think that's just the issue. I think when Derrick Rose was here and he was running next to Derrick Rose as the off guard, that's the Quickly we wanted. That's the Quickly we fell in love with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But now Derrick Rose not here. Kemba's on and off. You got Burks in there. You're gonna run Quickly at point guard because why? Now you got Grimes. So now this is the situation. You got Grimes in there who's playing better at the two. And now if when you bring in Derrick Rose and say Kemba Walker isn't here, let's God forbid, say Kemba Walker's still here past the trade deadline. You have Kemba Walker and Derrick Rose that's still here. Quickly is what? Is he a starting point guard? No. He can't be a backup to point guard because Derrick Rose is there. He's not your starting or your
Well, he
backup
was
point
playing
guard.
the two when Rose was in.
Exactly. Now,
Yeah, and then they
who's
had
your
Burks coming in as like the third string.
as the third string and then Obi and
Like they
then
would have
Nerlens.
him either at small forward or at the two.
Right. And then Obi and then Nerlens, right? And that
Right.
was your five. But now, with Grimes here, who do you really want at the backup two?
If he's not starting,
If he's not starting?
if Quickly's not starting,
Yeah.
I think Quickly is like the backup two.
Quickly is the backup two right now, right?
Right.
This is the issue. Grimes is allowed to have the growth that Quickly hasn't had in the position where he should be growing in. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Like not right now, if you put Grimes in the point guard position, I think he'd have the same struggles as Quickly's having because that's not
Right.
his natural position. So I believe that if you have Grimes there, now Tibbs has to make a choice, and we all know how much Tibbs loves Grimes. He's been very vocal about that. He loves Grimes. The fact that
You
he
got to move
plays
some of these
defense,
guards, no matter what.
right,
It's too
right, and
many.
this is what I'm saying. This is the only way it's gonna work. Like right now, you got to get rid of Kemba, you got to get rid of Burks, and it has to be for picks. Like it has to be for picks. Don't bring nobody back. You know what I
Right.
mean? Because at this point, don't bring nobody back. Don't bring nobody back because at this
Don't
point,
bring
you need
nobody
minutes.
back.
It quickly needs those minutes.
Motherfuckers walking the door like, oh, we got like another shooting
We
guard.
got somebody else. We got.
Damn, where he getting minutes from? What about Cam?
Yeah,
You know
and
what I
this is
mean?
what I'm saying. What about Cam? And this is what I'm saying. You got quickly Grimes and Cam that needs minutes, and we still got Obi. We got to find minutes for. Who's
Who's
let's
getting
be
on Julius?
Obi.
All right.
But this is what I'm saying. Let's look at these minutes real quick. You look at these minutes. Obi had how many minutes? 11. How can you develop like that? It's not going to happen. At some point, you have to make a decision. And as
Yeah,
a
I heard people
franchise,
complaining about that, how he's not getting a lot of minutes, and that's not a lot of minutes, bro.
as at a certain point, as a franchise, you have to do the player a favor and say, listen, you ain't been getting the minutes you need in order for you to develop. We're gonna have to move you so that, or for your sake, we're gonna move you so that you can go somewhere and possibly play better and have the opportunity to play, because right now we're committed to Julius. And this is the issue that you're gonna have. You're gonna continue to commit to Julius if he's your leader. Like this is, I don't know what we do. And this, remember last year we was having the same discussion. If you bring in somebody else that's better than Julius, what do you do? Or what if RJ becomes better than Julius next year? What do you do? Because is Julius really going to accept that? Remember we was having those
Yeah,
conversations, and that's
yeah.
exactly what happened. Not to say that RJ is better than Julius, but I'm saying like RJ's having a career year. You know what I'm saying? Like compared to all the years he's having a career year right now. He had a career high last night against his idol, which was dope. At the end of the game, LeBron went over to him and dapped him up, said a few things in his ear, and gave him a nice tight embrace, and said something, and RJ smiled before they walked away. So these are the moments that RJ, and you can hear it after every single game, every post game. RJ's in there taking responsibility for everything. Every single game that Julius Randle didn't show up to the post game presser, who was there? RJ Barrett. Because that's what a leader does. Not to say that, and that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that he is, but why is RJ Barrett, the 21-year-old, portraying all of the leadership qualities we've been waiting for Julius to show us in 3 years? That's just an issue for me. That's why I think it's time to move on from Julius, not because I think this team will be better. I think if we trade Julius right now, we're destined to be a worse team than we are right now, without a doubt. But I think at least at that time, you have a direction and there's no malice in the locker room. And the team understands we're probably not going to win a lot of games, but at least we know where we're headed. We know what we're going to do. We know that the team they're going to try to build around these guys. Cam's going to get minutes. Grimes going to get minutes. Obi's going to get minutes if you move Julius. You know what I'm saying? But there's just so many directions that you can't continue to keep these guys and lose. Because
Let me ask you this.
go ahead.
I don't think that this is going to happen, but let's say for argument's sake, Tune's in here. What up, Tune? Let's say for
What's
argument's sake, they say the coach is on a hot seat.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? What do you think? Like, is there someone there? Like, because one thing we said from the beginning. One thing I said from the beginning is this coach is super stubborn.
Yeah.
He ain't trying to do like they said. Statistically, we got the worst starting five in the league.
Yeah, I mean, plus minus
this dude's
is
not
by
tinkering
far
with
the worst.
Dude, it's outrageous. We got old dudes. We got to do with the bad knees starting at the 2 or at the 3. I don't know. Fournier's what? He's the 3 or the 2? He's the
He's a
3, right?
two. He's a two. He's a two.
So RJ's playing the 3.
Yeah.
Yo, this dude, his knees don't look right to me. He could shoot the shit out the ball, but that was the other thing last night. He
I'm
kept.
waiting for it. I'm waiting for it, Toxic.
What's that?
I'm waiting for it. For them to give him the keys. He's the associate head coach.
Listen, man.
Remember that's the one I was telling you that he's like he loves RJ like that. They're like I really think that's probably what's gonna. And I thought this when they first signed Johnny Bryant and he denied a job somewhere else. I said, oh, why would you do that?
He waiting. He waiting.
He waiting. He's taking all this experience and he's seeing what you're supposed to do, what you're not supposed to do. You're teaching these guys the right way to play, but it's the stubbornness with the rotations.
They'll do it like this is I feel like tinker with the lineup. Like
I can't defend them no more.
The thing about it, the thing that I thought was weird, because I remember Toon hit me up that day I was at work. He was like, "Yeah, they removed Kemba out the lineup." I said, "No, he didn't."
Mm-hmm.
I was like, he took him out the starting. Mm-hmm. Then I looked the report. I think he sent me the article or the article. He removed them out the lineup like altogether.
Mm-hmm.
I said, he removed out the lineup like altogether. Like, damn, like what did he do that was so egregious?
I don't know. I mean, I still to this day don't know what that was about. If that was yo, we know you're not feeling well. Your knees gonna take a little while to recover, so we just gonna remove you from the lineup so you got time.
But y'all picked him up.
But this is the thing. If you're trying to move him, you can't let the teams know like he's not playing because he's not healthy. Like you gotta say something.
But then he came back playing. Then he dropped 41. Then he dropped 39.
Right. Yeah, right. And he started playing 41.
Yeah, he dropped like 40. Remember?
Kemba dropped 40.
Yo, look back at them games. Kemba came in,
dropped 40, and then he had the triple double in on Christmas.
Yeah, he did a triple double. I think before that he had like 41. I'm not really sure, but he had 40. He had like 40. Then he had 39 the next game.
Yeah.
But Tibbs' problem is that he's stubborn and narrow-minded. Johnny Bryant is the coach in waiting. Well, listen. I think that if they don't change anything,
from your mouth to God's
it just
ears.
changes the coach, huh?
I said from his mouth to God's ears, man. Please.
I think that but that's one of my things because we remember what was it the first year I said how much of this is Tibbs? Remember I was saying that?
Right.
I was like, how much of this? You know, I just feel like
there was some strategy.
Just think about the playoffs last year.
These guys, no. I'm talking about like work ethic behind closed doors, how to study film. Those are things that I think he brings to the table more than anything else. That I think a lot of other coaches
make him the
probably
assistant,
don't.
bro. Fuck out of here, like
that's never gonna happen.
I know that'll never happen.
That'll never happen.
He's
gonna get fired, and I think this is it. This is also his last stint too. There's another reason why they're not going to rush to make that move.
I don't think they're going to rush, but when you look at what happened in the playoffs last year, to remove, even though he was a bum, to remove him out the lineup, to start lineup altogether.
My bad, yo. Tune is wild.
Yo, I don't know why people keep saying. I mean, I'm not mad at Burks for nothing.
Move everybody but Mitch.
Don't move Mitch.
If you're gonna end up moving Randall, you keep Mitch. And I say this because remember what I always said, Dre. You can't have Julius, RJ, and Mitch on the same team if they're gonna be clogging the paint. If they're gonna get all of the buckets in the paint, like if you move Mitch, you got to keep Randall, and you got to play him at the 5.
Because can we draw up some plays though? Like this is one of my things.
You can't draw no plays.
I'm not even trying to defend that. Not even like the point that you're making about having them both in there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about like, let's say you got a little funky lineup, and I'm not saying get crazy like the Harlem Globetrotter type of thing, but I just feel like the plays be looking so basic and plain. Like we can't. There's nobody that could come up with some dope plays to get these dudes to score.
Bro, this is the problem that I knew we were going to have with Thibodeau. Remember with the first episode we had free side with Thibodeau? I said my problem is the wrinkles in the offense. That's always been what I was saying.
Yo,
the
these
wrinkles
plays
in the
be
off.
looking real basic. They don't be doing nothing. Half the time it look like they freestyling.
And this has been the issue that I've had with Tibbs. Like, I don't know if what's going on here. I don't know if it's Tibbs that is doing this because the front office is telling him to do so. But at this point, I can't really blame, like, all right. So anyway, the point that I was saying about the Tibbs, I mean the Mitch or Julius thing is that if you're going to, because like I said a few episodes ago, with Julius, he doesn't really use Mitch and pick and roll a lot, which I think would benefit him. I think if he did that, that would just open up everything, and then the three of them could work together. Because the reason why RJ and Mitch work so well is because RJ actually uses Mitch in pick and roll situations, which moves him out of the paint, which, who's in your way. You know what I'm saying? You get him out of the way. Because, like I said, if you're RJ, you're gonna get most of your points in the basket at the basket. Mitch is gonna be there with his man, and his man is gonna be able to help and play double team on you, and you're gonna be double teamed every time you get to the basket. Even if you get past your guy, RJ, somebody's gonna be at the basket waiting for you. Because why? Mitch is not at the 3-point line or spreading the floor because he can't do that. You know what I'm saying? So RJ in turn makes Mitch come out of the paint with the pick and roll. You literally see it almost every single time RJ gets the ball. If Mitch isn't already there, he's calling Mitch and he'll wait for Mitch to come up, and then he'll run the pick and roll. He do the zigzag thing and he go around and he gets to the basket, because now the big isn't sitting in the paint just waiting for you. Now Julius doesn't do this. Julius will get the ball at the wing and he'll do a jab step and drive to the lane, and Mitch's man steps right out, and then that's a double team. Easy. Why? Because Mitch, Nerlens, Taj, they're not gonna spread the floor at all. So, and this is the thing. Every player has their flaws. You know what I'm saying? So that's Mitch's flaw. You can't shoot. You're not going to spread the floor. Okay, well, now the defenses know. All right, we have a little bit of leeway on the defense. We can double team these guys because Mitch is always going to be in the paint. Yeah, he might be a lob threat, but I can always help on whoever is driving to the basket and just show, you know what I mean? And play defense that way. So I think that's the issue we have with when it comes to Randall and Mitch. If Randall ran pick and roll with Mitch, I think that would make everything unstoppable. You know what I'm saying? But let me check these guys in the chat real quick to check out how Tibbs be doing Obi. So Julius plays the whole first quarter, then Obi plays maybe 5 minutes or less in the second. Then Julius plays the whole third, then Obi comes in from 5 to 7 in the fourth. Yeah, I'm sick of seeing it, because a lot of those times Julius doesn't need to be on the floor, if I'm being honest.
This is my thing. Like I said, if they don't change anything, but move Thibodeau, I think this is a dope team.
If what?
If they didn't change anything,
I don't know.
and I'm not saying that the team is going to be great,
right? That,
you know what I'm saying? But like, because I feel like they mentioned, I think they got some of these guys got issue with Tibbs.
I don't think I think Randall has an issue with Tibbs,
right? But that's a big deal.
But just Randall though.
But that's a big deal. And he running them to the ground. We're gonna turn around. Julia's gonna have a hamstring or something with a knee, and we're gonna be looking at him like, yo, he running them that minute. So we gonna be playing a lot of time anyway.
I really don't know what is going to take. What's going to make Tibbs do anything different in that rotation? He's been so stubborn with saying, yes, I'm not changing the rotation. And I think at this point, you're starting to look bad around the league, because you look like you're not adjusting to bad play. We haven't won a game in mad long, my G. Did we win a game recently? No, we beat the what's the game before this game?
Yeah, this would have been a good game to win. Beat the Lakers. I always want to see the Lakers lose anyway.
Of course. But yeah, man, I just, whatever. That's just neither here nor there. There's just so many other things. Tibbs DMP Cam did not play. Cam and not trying to play Deuce. You got to remember, Tibbs was not our first choice. I feel that Julius also got problems with Tibbs. something's got to give. Yeah, facts. He said Tibbs is
Well,
not a
the
young
thing
players coach.
about the thing about all these guards we got, if somebody's not gonna play, Deuce, Cam, you can't put Cam in front of some of these dudes who've been here already.
Mm-hmm.
You can't prove that he's better. You know what I'm saying? And it had to be like some lineup thing. You can't not play Kemba like he tried already. You got him back in the lineup. Then you're gonna drop him again. There's just too many dudes out there.
I think
We
the
got
best thing to do with Kemba, if he's playing like this, is just play him as your third point guard once Derrick Rose comes back.
Yo, what they gonna do with Derrick? Yo, they got way too many guards out here.
This is what I'm saying. Derrick Rose is going to be a backup point guard, and I think as long as Tibbs is here, Derrick Rose is your backup point guard. Low key, he's the leader on this team, but that he already said even at his last press conference that he's not the kind of guy that talks if he's not playing. So he's not going to talk about what's going on. Derrick Rose, Rose. He's not going to talk if he's not playing. So he hasn't been out there, so he sees things that's wrong. He's not going to go out there and talk about it because he's not on the court to change anything. So I mean, right. That's just where we are with that. Let's see what else. Tibbs is trash offensive plays and is supposed to be defensive coach, but our defenses is trash. I think we're middle of the pack right now.
I think no, but he's saying exactly what you said earlier on when we first got. You said he's supposed to be a defensive coach. That was supposed to that was our identity the first year. Mm-hmm. But you said he never. But you said from the beginning that his plays weren't dope. You said that from the rip.
From the rip.
Off the rip. So that's why I started looking at it, and then we're not playing defense. So everybody who talks about the Knicks, ESPN, NBA TV, they all saying the same shit. The Knicks don't have an identity. They're not the defensive team they were. I don't know. So as far as that, I remember when they picked up Kemba, I was excited because it's Kemba. Kemba could do this. Kemba's from New York, but he wasn't this guy that Tibbs said he wanted. Then you find out that he didn't want to lose Peyton.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like he'd rather have Peyton in there.
Yeah. Come on.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, and he wanted to keep, and I think that this team would be way different if we kept, now that I see this dude, Reggie, if that was like the only thing, if we didn't get Fournier and we had Reggie, we'd be a better defensive team just off of that. Because what's his name don't play no D, not no D.
But then we're limited. See, that's the thing though.
But he could shoot, but not as good as
neither one of them need to be starting.
That's what I'm saying. Neither one of them is starters out here.
That's the issue. I don't. The fact
Fournier is great off the bench, and he'd be a spark plug with knocking down shots the way he can.
Yo, we could have kept Bullock.
Bullock
just had him come off the bench, and then
Bullock didn't want to stay. That was the only thing.
I don't think they made an effort to re-sign him
to get him. Yeah. Well, I think the two I wanted to go was Bullock and Peyton, because they were stinking it up and they were scared. Well, Reggie was scared in the playoffs, and that turned me off.
See, and that's the thing. I don't mind these guys like Evan or Reggie Bullock as the backup. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather see Grimes.
But that's what I said. That's what I said, though. Reggie Bullock, I like him off the bench, but we need like a real shooting guard, small forward starter. So we was hoping we was getting that out of Evan. We're not getting that. Evan ain't no starter, bro. It's a rat. That boy legs don't look right.
Yeah, it's over. It's to the point where he can't even get past anyone. And when he does get to the point where he can't go, he like has to chop his feet to stop.
Yo, you see him? He like he got to do mad steps and stuff. He got baby legs or something like that. His legs look like he just learned how to walk.
Something's up. Anything before we hit on the rest of the chat and then get up out of here? Just run through the rest of these stats real quick. Mitchell Robinson, 4 points, 11 rebounds, 3 steals. He was 2-4 from the field. We talked about Evan. We talked about Kemba. Nerlens, he had 1 point. 5 points, 1 turnover, 1 block, 1 steal, 1 assist, 1 rebound. I hate bigs. Like my guy, Regular Joe always says, I hate bigs that don't rebound. Like you in the game for 23 minutes.
What you out there for?
And you had 1 rebound. 23 minutes.
You know what they do in the NBA that drives me nuts? And this is why I think this happens.
Center.
Because everybody's shooting now. But everybody's confident in their shooters. So dudes be shooting and dudes be walking away like it's going in. They be going like this. I don't know if you see it, but dudes always start walking away as if every shot is going in.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's more likely shots are going to be missed. I can't stand it. Especially when you see somebody like Mitch or Julius. Julius be walking away. He do the pass or something. And like the shot go up and they start walking away as if Like
Like
your
you don't
man
got to
say
go get
your
the
ass in the
rebound.
paint.
Nah,
Yeah,
but
what you,
that's also coaching. The coach got to see that. Coach got to see that. Coach got to be
yo,
like, yo.
I'm
In
filming all that.
film session, yo, what's this right here?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm filming all that. Like, yo, what was it? What was you walking away from?
You walking back?
What you
Nah,
walking away for?
box
Like
out.
that
Go
should be
get a rebound.
automatic.
Like what are you doing?
Right. And now everybody's stepping. Even with Steph Curry, I don't give a shit. Stay your ass right there.
Yeah. Yo, listen, bro. This is the issue. We got so many other things. Like I said, so many things wrong with this team. It's not just Julius. You know what I mean? So that's why I don't want to.
I think Julius doing what he's doing is like a byproduct of the culture right now.
Right.
We have a good year.
And like it's not helping.
But Julius is being really immature. I hate to see it.
Yeah.
I get it. And I hate to say it. I was just watching this joint where they was talking about how Shaq was talking about how he had words with Ben Simmons about him being soft.
Yeah, I saw that.
And Ben Simmons jumped in his DM, but he said, like a lot of these cats, he said we could have won like eight championships if me and this we fighting over whose team it is.
Yeah.
He was like, it's stupid. And you look back, and like I think Julius is probably gonna have that point where he reflects and looks back and be like, damn.
I could have just like ate that.
Yeah.
And just kept moving.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. Or maybe I should have passed the rock to RJ a little more.
I don't think his problems with the team. His problems with the coach and the fans. I think that's this personally.
For the fans, he's got to grow up. I'm sorry.
That's what I'm saying. Like you getting mad because the fans are calling you out. Like,
yeah,
come on, bro. Like
the
thumbs down shit. Like that's
because like I said, I didn't say this on the podcast, but I'll take care of tips for you guys. He said one of the things that I don't like about what was I gonna say about the fans? Damn, what was I just gonna say? I got distracted by the little. I hate when that happens. Damn, so but like.
Don't worry about it. It runs.
Oh man, because like when you look at the fans are going to be with that's what I was going to say.
Mm-hmm.
You got to realize when you go to these games, there's only a certain type of fans at the games. Like most of your fans are not at the game.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? There's certain type of fans. Like any game I go into, and I be looking at some of these dudes, I be like y'all motherfuckers sound like. This motherfucker work for you, like you know what I mean. It's just like some of these dudes have like the fans at the games be on some other shit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Like the disrespectful shit dudes might be saying at the game. Me and you at the game, if we was that close, would never be rude like some of these dudes.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to always consider that these dudes be assholes at the game.
Yeah,
the fans at the games feel like they're privileged to say whatever the fuck they feel.
Say whatever they want, but I mean, you got to expect that though, especially.
And this is what I'm saying.
You got to expect it. And he came to New York knowing the deal. Like everybody, you had to know. You had to know the deal in New York. You had to know New York fans was gonna let you know about yourself if you wasn't playing up to par. Simple as that. And that's why I don't feel bad for him. I don't feel bad for him for that. I do think there was something wrong. Something is up between him and Tibbs. Tibbs doesn't address it. That's how I know something's up. He doesn't discipline him. He doesn't sit him when he makes mistakes or makes boneheaded plays. He's just scared to discipline the dude. It's weird. It's weird.
And sometimes I feel like that's coming from up top, like the front office. Because they're like, that's our franchise player.
And that's going to affect the team because now when you got Obi who goes out there and makes one mistake and he gets pulled in 11 minutes, it's like, what do you say?
Pull this motherfucker. He's shooting air balls. Like, what up? You know what I mean? It's like, everybody, same standard. No double standard.
Same standard. And that's, I don't know, bro. I think Tibbs is walking himself right into a nice little lion's den right there. And I don't know how
early exit.
Yeah, I don't know how he's gonna get himself out of this right now, especially sticking with the lineup.
Can I say this? And I don't want to make this a race thing. I really don't.
Mm-hmm.
But I get jealous when I look at Monty. What's his name over there at the Phoenix?
Monty Williams.
Monty Williams. I look at him, the coach of the Hawks. I look at these guys, and I don't know if there's more to being relatable with these coaches. But I never felt like that about Tibbs. I don't care what team he was coaching, Minnesota, Chicago, and you can like him for his style or his defense or whatever. But I just feel like there's just like something about these coaches who, Tibbs got like he's got pedigree in the game. He worked for the Knicks way back, and he wanted to bring it back full circle type of thing. He worked for some smart genius guys, and it's just like I don't know if like that makes him stubborn. He's not willing to bend, and it's just like. Is this still like this chasm there where it's like something's missing? Like you work for him because he's the coach and you got to, or do you like working for this guy? You listen to him, or
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It just seems like those teams with those coaches just seem like this is what's working. You look at what's his name over there with the Lakers, and they not doing too well.
Mhm.
And like how'd that guy get that job? I think Frank Vogel. We all know Frank Vogel got some
I
accomplishments.
mean, these guys are fading out. The guy, the Frank Vogels of the world, the Tom Thibodeau's. These guys
Yeah,
were
I feel
on.
like we got different type of players now. Like I just feel like we need a coach that reflects the style of players that play today with that style.
It's funny that you said that. Somebody, like you said, not to make it a race thing. Somebody said in the comments, something they're like, "Yo, not to be racist, but this team needs a white boy." And then somebody was like Evan Fournier, and I'm like, he's clearly not white. He's French, but you know what I'm
Yeah, he's
saying.
French. I don't know what I don't know what because you can say American and they say African, but I don't know what he is. If he's like French, or if he Middle Eastern French. Like where's he from?
I don't know. I mean, his hairline just says he's not from. He's not like regular French. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that.
Yo, Josh, what are you talking about? He says hairline says he's not regular French. Josh, they got a bunch of motherfuckers in France, the regular French that got
No,
hairlines. Like
bro, he
that's
look
why
more
I
Middle
don't
Eastern,
know.
is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, matter of fact, let me Google it.
He's regular French. He just got
Let
the
me
funny
Google
hairline.
Evan Fun to see where he was born or where
He
his
got the
family.
cradle cap.
He got one of them names you can't really.
Um, let me hit some of the chat up.
Oh man, French
um, brother BK, what's going on, bro? He said, "Hey GUK, when we watch against the Lakers, that's the same starting five as size. They need to change. RJ Campbell's not looking good. Definitely not. Burks need to bring youngsters in and move on from Julius Randle. We don't know what will happen. Yeah, man. I just all those points.
He's Algerian. That's what I figured. That's it. So he's Algerian by descent. He was born in Paris, or a small suburb right outside of Paris. Algerian. See, like you said, regular French. So
His
yes,
hairline says he's not regular French.
yeah. He's
You see,
Algerian.
you see the point I was trying to make there.
Yeah, I see. Because it say he was born outside of Paris, but again, that's why it drives. It's the same thing that drives me nuts about them calling him the Greek freak. He's not Greek, bro. He's Greek by citizenship. You know what I mean? And before he got to the NBA, the Greece wasn't even claiming him as a citizen. Like he had to get the citizenship first.
Yeah.
Before he moved to, you know what I mean? But and he's the Greek freak. No, he's the Nigerian freak.
He's the Nigerian freak.
Fuck that. Like it drives me nuts.
I feel you though, but that's what he claims. That's what he claims.
Yeah, he young. He don't get it.
That's what he claims. I mean, listen, man. Hopefully,
show me another Greek that's like this dude.
None. I mean, his hairline says that he's definitely not really Greek.
He wasn't born there. Like, come on. No, I think he was the first one born there. Something like that. That's another one that be driving me crazy. I'm sorry. They be spinning these narratives, be driving me crazy. But anyway.
Yeah.
Back to
neither here nor there. It's fine. You know.
He said, so he's Algerian. I knew he looked something. That's why it was something. But
his hairline's a little different. Hairline's a little different.
He ain't regular French. They don't bald like that. With
hairline's a little his hairline. Yo, my God.
Go completely bald. I don't know what
JW says Fournier was never a starter, neither is Burks. Why these guys getting respect like they're nice? I just don't like the vibe of this team. Julius, problem with the fans and Tibbs. Yeah, man, I just don't understand why there has to be so many issues right after we had a great season. Like I just don't get it. A lot of weird things going on. Exactly. He said exactly. We need to move on from move Kemba to the bench and replace IQ as point guard. For example, when they use Kemba with starting five, they turn into a negative 110. Wow. On defense, IQ is perfect piece until front office trade until D Rose comes back. Move until I see what you're saying. Listen, man. At this point, IQ this is the only chance IQ is going to have before we bring somebody else in, because they're going to do it. They're going to bring another point guard in over IQ, and then what we're going to do with IQ? Is he still going to be our point guard in the future? Like this is what I'm saying. If IQ was our point guard of the future, we would not be thinking about getting another point guard. We wouldn't be talking about De'Aaron Fox. You know what I'm saying? Or all of these other Jalen Brunson, who's not even a star, but he's good enough that we want him over Emmanuel quickly. You know what I'm saying? And I I'm not by any chance. Please, guys, don't think I'm the Emmanuel quickly hater. I'm probably gonna get painted as one. Whatever. It is what it is. I just think he's suited to be a starter at the two, not at the one. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think he can halfway run the team if he needed to at the two spot. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have to be a point guard. Nothing wrong with that. Um, so I don't really want to beat up on quickly too much because I don't want it to seem like
I like Quigley. I don't think none of this is his fault.
yeah, none of this is his fault. None of this is his fault. Quickly's not doing anything wrong. I just think he's been put in this position where he can't succeed right now. And
There's
that's
like a
just my
thousand guards out there.
yeah, right, right. Um
And speaking of identity, that's kind of hard when you got like 4 or 5 guards. Like everybody's out there scared. Like I don't like Mike Jackson. Sorry.
yeah, I don't know about Barnes.
I think he'd be a better coach. He probably would. I just don't like him.
I
I'm
don't
tired of
know.
Mike Jackson.
I like the vibe of this team. Julius was always a mental case. Remember, the Knicks is his third team. Yeah, it's about to be his fourth. I mean, it's gonna stay his third team. He's gonna have another team soon.
I mean,
You
what we
say
gonna do? Let's say my thing is they might stay pat. They might stand pat. Like what if they don't? What if they don't make any moves? Then
oh,
what?
he meant to say I don't like the vibe of this team.
Oh.
My man said he has a croissant hairline.
Yo, don't it do look like a little pig in a blanket or
Yo,
something like that.
son, that is
Word,
the
the way his joint go
perfect
around.
explanation. He got the croissant. The croissant. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, they really did him dirty.
But Jehovah's
Wow.
Witness said it right. He said IQ is no point, only in Tibbs'
That
mind.
definitely was you, Toxic. That was you, Toxic. See, I was trying to shout you out, but I didn't know it was you. My bad. My bad. See, my God,
What he
my
said?
God. Shout
That was
when
me.
I
We
was
do need a
saying he
white.
said
Oh,
we
that was
need a
you,
white.
toxic. We do need a. We don't need a white dude.
Yeah, Evan
Not
ain't white.
unless you give me. I don't. I don't give a shit about none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like you talented, you talented. If it works, it works. What was the last white dude we had? No, we had what's his name that dunked on somebody a few games ago? He was nice with the threes. What's that? The
Doug McDermott.
Doug McDermott.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
had him out there, and the dude we had the center. I actually like that dude, and he played in the G League, I think, against the Knicks, and he was killing them, the Westchester Knicks, and he was killing them. That tall center dude.
Oh, Luke Cornett.
Yeah, Luke Cornett was nice.
Cornett. Yeah,
He
I like
just was
Luke
there
Cornett.
at a bad time. Like he was
Yeah.
like a stand-in, but he was
Right.
he had
He's
some
like
game.
he's like the ideal backup.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
At
At
least he
that
could catch the
position.
ball.
Let me see.
I don't like these dudes doing this charity cases where it's like you paid our backup center, almost like yeah. Well, I don't think they really gave Julius much of it. What I liked about that contract is you could move that easily.
right.
It's just that they gave him one this year. Like that contract ain't till next year anyway.
Right. Same here. IQ is not a lot of point on it.
Yeah, that's the point you made. But this is what I'm saying.
His handle is suspect. And see, that's the thing. I didn't want to dissect it because that's what. If I said it, I'm glad you said it, JW. Because if I said it, I'd sound like a hater. I'm just gonna read a comment from someone who's giving my show some input. And the comment said, I quote from JW from not Apollo. IQ handle is suspect and can't finish around the rim. He's not a point guard, period. And that's my issue with IQ. He doesn't make he's not a threat at the rim. Every single time he gets to the basket, he's gonna try to draw a foul. He's not gonna try to finish because I don't think he has the strength to finish. He's not really that strong. He's not, you know what I mean? He's fast, but if there's somebody in the paint, which they're usually somebody's in the paint, and I think that situation will work if IQ used Julius Randle. I mean, use Julius Randle and use Mitch in pick and rolls or Nerlens in pick and rolls. I think that would work for him to bring the big out of the paint, like RJ does with Mitch. But yeah, his handle. I wouldn't say his handle is suspect, but his handle is not anything special. It's not special. It's serviceable. He gets he makes costly turnovers at the wrong time. But I don't know. Time for a change. Brother BKL said, what time to change bring besides you saw the tweet about the tank and you know what happens next, it's time to blow it up. I didn't see that tweet. The only thing I did see was that Julius Randle unfollowed the Knicks on Twitter, on Instagram, which I actually heard was true. He actually did unfollow them, which was pretty childish if you ask me, but whatever. Um Hopefully we see something by the end of this week. Thursday is the trade deadline. Um we got to see
Uh,
something.
I don't know what JW stands for, but this is my guess.
Julius Randle. Yo, you are stupid. Imagine Julius is in here like IQ's handle a suspect and can't finish around the rim. No point guard, period. We here.
We here. Julius Randle. Yeah, what
Julius.
JW stand for?
Yo, son, imagine Julius Randle really got a burner. He out here like, yo, IQ is not a point guard.
Yeah, he out here on our podcast like this. Nah,
Only
Julius.
in Tim's mind.
Yeah.
They didn't try to throw us off right with this one right here. They were stupid to give me the bag.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Y'all are funny tonight. Listen, man, that's all I really got. We went a lot longer than we were really wanted to go tonight because I think I usually don't like to go long on nights where we after watching the game because it's not as fresh. But it's good talk. There's a lot of stuff that we can talk about right now.
Evans hair his hairline is worse. KD just need to either both of them need to cut it all off.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This whose hairline's worse, KD or Evans? I don't think KD's hairline is bad. I think his overall hair is just bad, like terrible. And Evans is just disgusting. Just disgusting. And yo, Toxic, I've been working on it. Trust me, I've been doing my research and figuring out what I'm going to use, which platform I'm going to use for it, how I'm going to get it all done.
We definitely gotta do that. That's a big one.
That's the next step in things because you guys got some good points that I want you guys to get that out. If you are here, by the way, hit that like, hit that subscribe. You know what I mean? Like, share, let everybody know. Tell a friend. That's really all we do.
Good one.
Good one. Yeah, man. So yeah, that's really all we got. Follow us on all platforms at Guard Up Knicks. On Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. You can also follow me, myself, Apollo Reed _ on Instagram and Twitter. Big bro, where can they find you?
Yo, Andre Jalil. Hit me on Instagram, Andre Jalil _ Productions. That's where it's at.
Yes, sir.
Andre Jalil _ Productions. And stop playing with me because I'm not playing with you. You know what I mean? I share a few things.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, come see me, man. That's what I'm gonna be.
Yeah, man. And you'll see we don't just we're not just regular, Knick fans. We have a lot of other things that we try to get ourselves into.
Man,
so
bunch of shit.
Bunch of other things. So come join us and spread some love with us, man. This is what we do. This is just the thing that we love to do. I got some things coming as well. You guys got some things coming.
I'm on Discord too. Now he said that, but I think my name is Mad Easy on Discord. I think
Discord, man. Yeah, if we can get the Garden Knicks Discord going, and then we
should do that.
You should do that, and then we get the call in, and then we can get my man Julius Randle to come in and
JW. He said Julius Randle said stand for just watch.
Oh, just watch. Listen, that's what's up, Julius. I mean, just. We messing with you, man. You know how it is.
We always have fun with our fan, our people that we watch.
We have a lot of fun over here, and this is what we do. It was a little bit late. We missing Rick. Shout out to Rick. Follow him as well. GK Rick. GK at Rick Derula as well on Instagram. Rick Derula GUK. But yeah, man. Raul, shout out to you, bro. That's my guy. You guys have a good night. Until next time, man. We'll see. When do we play again? Actually, let's check that before we get up out of here. We play on Monday. All right. So Monday we play The and this let's look at the schedule quick before we get out of here. Um, one last bit. Give me another like 2 minutes, real quick. This is our schedule here, and we are playing the Utah Jazz tomorrow in Utah,
We done.
and then right, and then we got a back to back with Denver on Tuesday, and
Damn,
then
this is
on
bad.
Thursday we play the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, we
At-
finished.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. Then we play the
That season's
Blazers.
over.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't really know what the Blazers game is gonna look like. I know CJ's back. I know that Dame is out for surgery, I believe, and
Don't matter.
it doesn't really matter.
I think that one of the things, like I like the squad. Like I'm disappointed because I feel like they could do better. I think there's other factors. It's not about the talent that's holding the Knicks back.
Hmm.
It was the state just walked in this motherfucker.
You know,
What
State got
up,
to come
baby?
in fashionably late. You know what I'm
You
saying?
know what I mean?
Shout out, bro.
I think that a lot of times these dudes is I would love for there not to be a trade and just we got a team and we battling for the eighth spot. I wouldn't mind. Like if dudes is out there, like you could, there's some teams like we going against like you're gonna lose these games, but
Right.
like give me the hope that we going, you know what I mean? And I want to see a trade because I want to see the squad do better. Like it would be dope if we could just keep the squad we have and do well. But I don't think that that's within the realm. Not this season. I think it's a wrap unless if we don't do a trade and we have to go into this because now Julius is nowhere near being on the All-Star team. I don't
Oh
know
no,
how
no,
many
no,
votes
he
he got.
didn't. They already selected. He didn't make it.
Nah, he didn't make it by far. Like I don't even think he was like high on the list.
Yeah,
You know what
because
I'm saying?
the league knows, and I mean they even asked Tom Thibodeau about it the other day. I think Tip said something along the line of what he always says whenever they talk about individual things. He's like, "Well, it's based off of team success, and the team's really
Yeah,
not doing good right now." I mean,
right,
it's just facts. He's your best player, so
right.
that says a lot about your best player. That trade deadline is actually on the night of the night we play the Golden State Warriors. Needless to say, whoever is getting traded, they got to go home. They got to fly home because the team is on the road. So that's gonna be a tough week for whoever gets traded.
Right.
But like I said, we got the Jazz, Nuggets, Warriors, Blazers. Might be 4 straight losses because Anthony Simons is balling right now, and I think they just did another trade over there for say his name, Gary Trent Jr. Gary Trent Jr.
Your Portland traded Norman Powell.
Norman Powell. My bad. That's the guy. They traded Norman Powell for I forgot. I forgot. Listen, it's not my team. I'm not worried about it. They got a good team over there right now. I think they're in the playoff hunt. Barely. I don't know. Oklahoma City. We're playing them at home. They're playing in the Garden. I don't like playing teams in the Garden because
That's a
they
few
love
games
playing in the
away.
Garden.
That's-
But OKC they're a sneaky team. They're one of those sneaky teams. You know, even though we should beat them. But that's the only winnable game. We got the Nets, we got the Heat, Sixers twice, Suns, Clippers. Yeah, man, this season's a wash. Like I don't know. I don't know what we should do. This season's a wash. This season's a wash, man.
Unless they turn something around, like this is not looking good.
It's not looking good at all, man. I really don't know what kind of hope I'm supposed to have. They haven't shown me, and then that's the thing. People want to say you're supposed to have hope as a Knicks fan. Lie. What have you shown me? We played 53, 54 games so far. That's more than half the season. I mean, we got less than 30 games left. We know who this team is. What are we doing against the Jazz, Nuggets, Warriors, Blazers, Thunder, Nets, Heat, Sixers twice? Like, come on. There's a bunch of losses. You it would make more sense if you committed to the youth. This way the losses hurt a little bit less. That's what I'm saying. And I'll leave
Yeah,
it there.
if we don't make trades and you still starting Kemba, like I don't even want to talk to you no more.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Just doesn't make any sense to me. But yeah, man, that's really all I got. Shout out to the chat, y'all are dope, man. Appreciate y'all coming through. Um, Julius Wendell, man, appreciate you coming. Messing with you, bro. You're not. That's always gonna be a name here. Just so you know, that is your name on this show. Only on this
Yeah,
show. I don't know
I heard
anywhere else.
Julius Randle.
BK, I just got your follow, bro. Appreciate you. Yeah, have a good night, man. And then like I always say, man, until next time.
Till next time, baby.
Peace.